Oh, hi there! My name's Lorne, and I'm reporting in for
Gaming. Like, share, and subscribe. Go on, you know you wanna.
Okay, my first video on the channel, so really excited. So let's start off with something positive, something light, something we can all get behind, something... I'm only joking. There's no happiness to be found here. No reconciliation. Only pain and suffering. Cruz Brothers, developed and published by DCF Studios, released on the 13th of March 2018 on Steam, but currently ported to Xbox One, after the murder of his best fighter by the hands of Trey Sorrow, leader of the Sons of Subversion. Coach Marcus Luz becomes discredited in life and in the fighting world. Yes, his flame turns back to shine after accidentally meeting the Cruz brothers, Philippe and Igor. It's about the good old revenge.
You can do it! Cut his head off!
No, I read that verbatim. So what does Cruz Brothers have to offer a fighting game fan? Well, if you've ever wanted to see what an amalgamation of Street Fighter, Tekken, Fight Night Round 3 is by people who have never heard of those games before, yay!
This is awkward.
This is not a good game. In terms of an amalgamation of ideas, I get it, I appreciate it, but it's been put together really poorly. Let's talk about some of the positives first. Again, positivity. I like positivity in the world. The menus are nicely constructed. Everything is pieced together reasonably well. Everything seems to be seen together. There's a ton of menus within the menus, and that's always nice. Different modes, championship mode, a career mode, versus battles. We'll get into that in just a second. But overall, there's been a tremendous amount of time and effort expended on presenting the game to you, which is always lovely. The presentation is quite nice. I like the hand-drawn in-between bits in the chapters of the story. I also like the designs of the backgrounds. I also like some of the character designs, even though some of them are wholesale ripped off of actual people. Jimmy Havoc! Shout outs to Jimmy Havoc for retweeting me. Anywho, let's talk about the gameplay, shall we? Because that's where the meat and bones of this review is gonna lie. It's not good. Oh, it's not good. The main problem with the gameplay in this game is this. None of it feels cohesive, none of it feels like it's structured towards one fighting combination mechanic-ish thing. What do I mean by that? Well, whenever you press buttons, you never get a sense that the combinations add up to anything. In things like Tekken or Street Fighter or even Mortal Kombat or Injustice, you get the sense that there are tiers of progression. There's the basic moves, just the punches and the kicks. Then you've got the combo moves, where you press the two buttons together and they do like a little hold of a swing move. And then you've got combinations of buttons that then do different attacks based on the predication that your character has. Ice, fire, dick, whatever the case may be. In this game though, it is completely random, it would appear. Smashing the buttons, and this is the ultimate definition of a button mashing game. You just mash them buttons to win. You also have a super meter which appears to do different attacks, different times. It doesn't really make much sense. But the thing with this game is that the combat is completely and utterly broken. Sometimes you will be swinging at someone from point blank range and it just will not hit. Other times you'll be a mile and a half at the other side of the map and still somehow manage to aim and land a blow like Mike Tyson in his day. It just doesn't feel very well put together. And you feel this overwhelming urge of just smashing things and just trying to wrestle with it.
But he didn't say anything!
Okay, maybe I am being a little bit hard on the game. I mean, it does have a story mode, it has local gameplay functions, 1v1, 2v2. It has character customization, a mix of technical fighting styles with fantasy special ops modes, and a special game mode, Spetsnaz Party, where 4 warriors face off against each other simultaneously in intense and violent combat.
Especially now that you've been
Intense?
boxing event on the planet.
Violent?
Pride fists. It was his
Sort of? I mean, it's an intriguing idea to have 4 guys fighting at the same time and 1 guy can damage 2 guys simultaneously. However, once again, there's a free-for-all nature to this game. You're just throwing limbs at people, just frantically trying to kill.
You're going down. No way.
Yeah, sure showed him. Anyway, my point is that the game just feels discombobulated. It's a classic case of the developer walking right up until the point where they start legging it and forgetting the main reason why you make a game in the first place. Make it fun. The combat in this game is just completely broken. There's no rhyme or reason to a lot of the way that the combat goes. Sometimes you'll be kicking the guy's ass and just spamming the same move over and over and over again. Really, this is a boxing game. It's predicated on boxing techniques and super moves that involve fists. When you transition to an MMA ring, which it does by the way at points in the game, it feels like it's trying to do much to please too many masters. There's even a DCF universe, if you want to call it that. That's how they explain a lot of the janky crap that goes into this game. It's just odd. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. So in terms of a recommendation, this is not a fighting game I would preach to the masses that they need to go and spend their money on at the moment. It's an intriguing concept, and in the hands of a more skilled developer in terms of amalgamating the combat styles to, like I say, make a Fight Night Round 3 with elements of the kickboxing and judo and karate styles of, say, a Tekken, add in some of the superpowers from an MK style game, you'd have yourself a really neat little concept here, especially with the characterization of the story panels, which you can tell a lot of effort's been expended in trying to make the design at least somewhat quirky and original, but I like the hand-drawn cartoony feel. It's interesting enough and it's nice to see, but a fresh coat of paint cannot camouflage the rust bucket that lies beneath in this game. This game is a really poor example of a fighting game, and I would recommend you stay completely away from it. Out of 10, I rate it as a 3. It really is not all that impressive as a fighting game. As a game itself, fair play. It's been put together reasonably competently right up until the moment you start throwing fists. So if you want a fighting game where you don't want to fight, this is the game for you.
Hey, I doubt it!
Okay!
I've been Lorne Risley. This has been Two Beard Gaming. Thank you very much for welcoming me to the channel. I look forward to seeing you soon.